what you need to know when instructing communication skills with students who have developmental disabilities, autism, and severe disabilities. Strategies for fostering communication skills of students with disabilities. The purpose of this video is to give educators basic strategies they can use to help develop students' communication in students with Tourette syndrome, nonverbal autism, and epilepsy. Hello, I am Stacy. I'm here to discuss the OEA standard number 7.1, which is listed here on this slide. The goal of this video is to focus on and provide a few strategies and ideas to enhance communication in your classroom for students with a focus on Tourette syndrome, nonverbal autism, and epilepsy. These strategies and ideas should be able to be used across the range of populations within your classroom. What is communication? Communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place to another. The communication theory states that communication involves a sender and a receiver, or receivers, conveying information through a communication channel. Messages are encoded and specifically selected for that communication channel. Individuals decode the message to understand gain from the information included in the message. One can think of this as speaking in their native language to another person who has not learned that language. Why are communication skills important to students? Students learn through communication from their teacher to understand new concepts, to be able to relate to others, and to be competitive in today's world. Many things can happen when a teacher is an effective communicator. Student learning can become easier, class goals are more likely to be made, and the relationship between the student and the teacher improves, and it creates a positive classroom atmosphere that promotes learning. Communication is central to everything we do. It affects who we are, how we learn, and how we interact with other people at home, at school, and at work. Children with good speech, language, and communication skills find it easier to learn in school, develop friendships, and to find employment as adults. There are 4 types of communication: verbal, nonverbal, written, and visualizations. Verbal communication is the use of spoken words. Nonverbal communication includes body language, facial expressions, the tone and pitch of voice, gestures displayed through the body, and the physical distance between communicators. Written communication is letters or symbols that are written or imprinted on a surface to represent the sounds or words of language. Visualizations include any image, sign, poster, drawing, photograph, or technology on tablets or television advertisements. The first population I will address is developmental disabilities. These strategies are for students with the disorder known as Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder that starts in childhood. It involves unusual repetitive movements or unwanted sounds that cannot be controlled. These are known as tics. 50% of individuals with Tourette's also have symptoms of ADHD, which can also add anxiety and learning disabilities such as dyslexia and OCD. Most people with Tourette syndrome lead productive lives with no barriers to personal or professional achievement. For students in your class who have Tourette syndrome, remember these few strategies. Allow extra time for answers to questions, homework, and assessments. Allow typed homework assignments. Allow students to write in the test booklet, and assign a reliable study buddy to use carbon copy paper while taking notes. The second population I would like to address is nonverbal autism. By definition, a student with nonverbal autism cannot functionally communicate with his or her own voice. When working with an individual with nonverbal autism, start with the simplistic complex and gradually add complexity until the desired goal has been met. In the early phases of a student's academic career, use pictures, then words, then build sentences, and so on. A second point to remember is to be consistent. Students work well with technology, pictures, American Sign Language, and writing typing to communicate with their communication partner. Strategies to remember when teaching students with nonverbal autism. Give them time to process the question and develop their response. Let them design the most effective way to communicate. And use technology as long as they continue to progress with their vocalizations. Encourage their therapies, speech, behavior, music, and American Sign Language, and encourage them to play with other students, the teacher, and individually. Finally, we will take a quick look at the multiple and severe disability known as epilepsy. Epilepsy is a disorder of the brain. When there is a misfire of a large amount of electrical energy that is suddenly and unusually discharged into the brain, it is known as a seizure. When a person has two or more seizures with unknown causes, they are said to have epilepsy. When working with an individual who has epilepsy, there are a couple strategies to keep in mind. Curriculum adaptation, thematic teaching, independent instruction or tutoring, and give that person enough time for their responses to their questions, homework, and assessments. For additional information on the three populations discussed, click on one of the links to the right. Thank you for watching.